This is it. In about 7 days, Galaxy S26 Ultra will enter mass production, which means things are getting locked, final decisions are being made, along with some surprising upgrades that we did not see coming. Let's start off with the headliner. The entire Galaxy S26 series is actually surpassing the iPhone 17 lineup when it comes to being thin and light. Yes, the entire lineup, especially the S26 and the S26 Plus, are noticeably lighter and thinner. And same thing for the S26 Ultra, about 17 gram lighter and thinner while having the S Pen inside. And guess what? Samsung might actually be bringing a battery upgrade for the S26 Ultra after all, a 4% increase to about 5200 mAh battery size. I know this may not sound huge, but considering the S26 Ultra being the only flagship phone with the S Pen inside, this is some impressive engineering. Apart from being thinner and lighter, it seems like Samsung is sticking with titanium on these devices, which means we're not gonna see that scratch-prone aluminum of the iPhones on these phones. Thankfully, Samsung is not copying Apple here. Now, the other real answer to Apple comes in the form of the Galaxy S26 Ultra's massive tactical camera upgrade. We now have an undeniable physical proof of this upgrade thanks to Ice Universe. Galaxy S26 Ultra will have the industry-leading largest aperture on the flagship f1.4 200 megapixel sensor. This will bring noticeable improvements, especially in low light performance, as well as better bokeh thanks to a larger aperture. And because this is a tried and tested sensor, Samsung will do its absolute peak optimization, so don't knock it till we see the real performance. I do think Samsung can surprise a lot of people. This is not just an aperture upgrade of the camera. In fact, the big blow is gonna come through the software. Samsung is finally leveling things with Apple. We'll talk about it right after this. This is probably the coolest product of the year. Imagine a device that gives you up to 60 terabytes of storage, which is like 20 million pictures or 40,000 movies or 62 million files. Basically, you will never run out of storage. Welcome Ugreen NAS DH2300. With this, you can store all your data locally and on cloud, no monthly fee, no privacy concerns. It automatically backs up your iPhone photos, so even if your phone dies or gets stolen, your memories will always stay. And it also supports Time Machine for the backup of your MacBook. You can also set up multi-user sharing where you can assign different accounts with different permissions, so everyone only sees what they're allowed to see. The setup is super smooth. You can connect with simple NFC and access everything on your macOS, Windows, iOS, Android, and even your TV. Speed-wise, Ugreen NAS gives you 125 MB per second, which means you can download and upload gigabyte worth of data in seconds, which is definitely faster than the cloud options you have, once again with no subscription fee. So it's time to get the best storage solution on the market right now. Best of all, with my special link in the description and Black Friday, you will get 20% off. So this is the time to get. Definitely check it out. Alrighty, so Samsung has finally implemented a change that we wanted them to implement for quite some time. As reported earlier, the S26 series will take photos at 24 megapixel resolution by default, just like the iPhones, and we're gonna see APV codec for uncompressed, high-quality raw video performance that you can later color grade and get the best detail. And well, we now know how Samsung is making those upgrades. Samsung is set to implement industry's leading GDDR5 RAM for the S26 series, bringing the speeds up to 10.7 GB per second, which is a massive upgrade compared to 8.5 from last generation. Thanks to this, you're not only going to see faster performance, but also, most importantly, faster image processing up to 20% compared to the previous generation, which explains Samsung finally implementing the default 24 megapixel processing. Now, what about pricing? With all the new upgrades, is Samsung going to increase the price? Well, seems like no. And we can actually thank Apple for this, because considering what they have done with the iPhone 17 at $799 price, Samsung has apparently decided to also not increase the price, especially for the base starting price of the Galaxy S26, keeping the starting at $799. As much as Samsung is focused on the S26 Ultra, they're also very much focused on the base S26, delivering the most value as they can provide. Although there's no confirmation on the camera upgrade of the S26 and the S26 S26 Plus. Some sources do say that Samsung is changing the main camera, although we'll wait and see what eventually happens. But we definitely have the confirmation on the new 200 megapixel aperture camera upgrade for the S26 Ultra. Speaking of the Galaxy S26 Ultra's camera upgrade, this also means we're gonna see this upgrade on the Z Fold 8 as well, because as we know, Fold 8 will likely use the same camera as the S26 Ultra. Speaking of which, according to the software code decoded by Android Authority, we have the confirmation of 6 Samsung flagship devices planned for 2026. These are confirmed to launch, so we have the S26, S26 Plus, S26 Ultra, so no S26 Edge, and then for the Fold series, we have the Galaxy Z Flip 8 and the Z Fold 8. These are the premium devices that are confirmed so far. Obviously, we're going to see the Galaxy A series being the A57, and obviously there could be a successor to the Galaxy Trifold, and along with that we could see the S26 FE as well towards the end of 2026. But for now, the S26 lineup along with the Fold 8 and the Flip 8 are coming, so no changes there. Things are locked. So there we go. Let me know your thoughts regarding Samsung's upgrades, regarding their design philosophy, as well as the camera upgrade now being confirmed, and the fact that they're keeping the same pricing as last year's generation. It's all looking pretty on track for the February 2026 Unpacked. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. With that being said, I'll catch you guys with the next update very soon, so make sure you subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.